I just wanted to let everybody know I lost my COVID virginity after 3 years of not getting COVID. I finally lost my V card. The COVID popped my cherry, and now it's gone. But I did have it, indeed. So that is my holiday gift to you guys, was my COVID virginity.
I'm going to say it. Have sex with a Scorpio.
I could glute bridge your dad.
I'm naked. Hold on. We will be flicking the beans to that.
But she's tatted and I take meth. Is somebody in your house right now?
But you know what? Fuck your ass.
Yeah, I had sex last night.
You can make your own money. You can literally have your own job of your dreams. You can own your own house. You can own your own car. You can pay all your fucking own bills. So what is that man? That man is sex and a best friend, and that's it.
I heard nothing but the truth.
You gifted them that.
Yeah, I gifted them a week without a YouTube video. And I gifted a brand a week without a deal that we had said we were going to do for them. I really just screwed everybody over for a whole week. Lost my voice, and my voice is almost all the way back. It still sounds a bit raspier than normal, but if you guys would have heard it, you would have.
She couldn't talk.
I think it would have been, especially just our audio only listeners, would have actually been traumatized from that. So you're welcome for not doing that. Yeah, so here we are, COVID free and back together. Somehow Kellen didn't get it.
Yeah, I don't really know. I haven't felt great though.
Yeah,
the past couple of days, honestly, I thought that I had it the one day. I felt so sick, but I had to go to work, and I was like, need money.
Yeah.
So here we fucking go.
Yeah, that was me. I went to had a big work event that I had been working towards for a whole year. And Kellen went because we needed a bartender at the event, and Kellen was there, and the whole time I was on death's door, but I'm I have to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't not be here. Hindsight, I probably shouldn't have been there because I probably gave a lot of people COVID. So sorry, I'm the Nashville super spreader right now, or I was, not anymore. But yeah, it was just one of those things where it's well, tough it up. You got to do it.
Right. No, I was I don't feel good.
Yeah.
But I still don't feel 100%, but I still am not nearly as bad as Emily was. I don't know. I feel my voice is not great, and my cough has been horrible. When I woke up, I was oh my God.
There's just so much mucus for me.
Yeah, I feel I'm getting very mucusy, but it's fine. We're gonna.
Yeah.
We're just gonna make it work. And I'd rather be sick now for Thanksgiving because I'm not seeing family and stuff like that than to be for Christmas.
Yeah,
so.
Totally.
I feel you're always sick on one holiday. No one's ever gets both holidays not sick.
Yeah.
I really feel it's a thing. Someone's always sick at one of the holidays. They have to miss it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd rather take Thanksgiving out.
Same, because honestly, I fucking don't like Thanksgiving. Unpopular opinion, the food's not good. The holiday itself is pretty tragic. And
Okay,
my family is just not a big Thanksgiving family.
So my dad's side is a Thanksgiving family, but they do it up. Honestly, the food's so good, but it's also Dutch cooking.
Yeah.
So it's very homey and hearty,
yeah,
type, style. But my mom's side, the company is the best part, babe, because the food is not it.
Yeah.
Food's not it, but the company is a 10 out of 10, and you would not want to be around other people.
Yeah.
So, it's a give and take, but we're not even doing my mom's family Thanksgiving anymore, or this year. This is my aunt who hosts it is having knee surgery. So she's it's just too much, which understandable.
Totally.
But yeah, no, Thanksgiving, at this point too, I can't afford to go home for both holidays.
They're too close
together to go home for both. So I have to pick one, and I don't know what names you want to call me.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go home when I get presents.
Yeah. Totally.
Sorry about it.
Last year, my family came here for Thanksgiving, and it was fun, but it was a lot of work. We had to get an Airbnb, and everybody had to coordinate because it was my parents and my younger brother and my older brother and his whole family and the girls, and it was just a lot of work, and it was fun, but it was a lot for a 3-day weekend holiday. You know what I mean? It not like Christmas where it's okay, everybody's off work. It was okay, you get Thursday and Friday off work. So
yeah,
it was just a lot.
Well, no, my parents also just like got back from vacation this year, like yesterday.
Yeah.
And then it's Thanksgiving on Thursday. So like wouldn't have made sense for me to even go home because that would have been like, I don't know. It just like would have not made sense. But yeah, I'm more of a Christmas person if I do say so myself. Like I feel like
Same.
Thanksgiving in my brain gets skipped over, but I do.
It's like that's how Easter is for me too. Like I don't care.
I do feel like if I'm ever a mom though, I will end up loving Thanksgiving the most.
No, that's so stress. It's like
No.
so much work, cooking all day.
No, but my thing, like my mom she's always loved Thanksgiving more than she's loved like Christmas and stuff because as a mom, like you have to do all like the Christmas presents and like for kids and stuff, like having that like Christmas miracle and like all, like and like they don't understand like how much you're doing like on the DL.
Right.
And that I feel like that's stressful for a mother.
Until you try to catch Santa Claus and then you actually just catch your dad oversleeping and forgetting to put the presents out and then he puts them out in the morning and then that's how you realize Santa's not real.
Well, so my mom like still puts her entire heart into like the way that the gifts are wrapped, the way that they're set up, like the way that the tree is. Like it's a whole like
my mom be putting the same bags out for 5 fucking years in a row. She recycles that shit. Our stockings last year, she didn't even do them. Me and my little brother did because she was like, why do you guys want you guys are all 30 or 20 something years old. You don't need candy in your stocking. So me and my brother like bought all the candy for it and stuff. So yeah, no, she's over it.
No. I mean,
the Christmas joy is gone.
My parents are definitely like over it in regards of like how big it is, but my mom just loves the fact that like we're all together and like it makes us happy and like the whole thing. So like I mean like gift wise it's definitely like simmering down, but like the way that she still does it is like my mom is just also like that mom to like she has different color coded like coordinating like wrapping paper, and like when we were younger she had different wrapping paper for Santa that she had to hide versus like our wrapping paper, and then like the way like even the way that she like does everything, I don't even know how to like explain it.
Yeah,
because like my sister's husband, the first time he did Christmas with us, and not that like oh my god it's the most extravagant thing in the entire world, but like for us it still is and it's like very special. But like and the way that she like does it, like, and we also aren't the people that do like every person just like gets your gifts and like rip them open and we're done in 10 minutes. Like it's like an hour and a half long affair because you like watch every person open their gifts.
Ours used to be like
we
that.
do the stockings, we stop, we eat a little bit, we get some coffee, then we go back. Like it's like an affair, right? And like my sister's boyfriend or husband, the first time he did it with us, like actually as like he was at that point, like we knew he was like gonna be our brother-in-law, like or like my brother-in-law, like he was actually part of the family, and it wasn't just like oh her little boyfriend,
right?
Like and like also until he was married to my sister, my parents didn't do it like big for him. They always got him a gift, but like whatever. The first year he was like exhausted by then. He was like he's like why how are you guys doing it like this? Like his family just like comes in, rips open the gifts, eats some pierogies because they're Polish, and just like calls it a night. And he's like this is like an affair. And we're like but that's how we love it.
Yeah. Ours used to be like that. And then there's babies and you can't. The attention span is about 15 minutes and it's over because people are crying. People are screaming. They want to open your gifts. They don't want to wait around. They open their gift that doesn't have a toy in it. They don't give a fuck. If you get them like a really cute outfit, nobody fucking cares. It's boring. Last year's news. And like it is like so unfun.
Well,
now.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like, and not to be like kids ruin everything, but they really do.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like as a mom, that's why you enjoy Thanksgiving the most.
Yeah.
Because it's like all of that, like it's like the ungratefulness of kids, like the pressure of the kids, like all of that. So like Thanksgiving's great because like also my mom doesn't cook for Thanksgiving, so like she gets to like go enjoy.
Shows up.
She helps like with like the setting up and taking down and like cleaning dishes and all that stuff, but like it's not like a thing like that.
I think it's just my family's like food is such a big deal and it's stressful because it's like everybody must be participating and doing all this shit, and that's why for me I'm like I don't care. Like all this holiday shit, I'm like I love the holiday aesthetic, I love the vibe, I love the flavors, I love all that. The holiday itself, I don't care. Like when it happens, it's awesome, but I'm not like waiting on pins and needles for that day. Where I feel
Yeah.
like some people are like, oh my God, Thanksgiving is like the best day. Like, I love it so much. I'm like, ugh, don't care.
I like
I don't like cleaning up after. I think also the worst part is like you cook all day or for days and then you eat in 30 minutes and it's over. And it's like, okay, well, that was fun, I guess.
Yeah, my grandmother, I think like years ago she started doing this. She would like make our like potato stuffing or filling or whatever you guys call it. I don't know. Everyone calls it something different. Like months in advance, and she just freeze it.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Like, I've turned into such like a fucking old lady when I'm cooking. Even like I will start prepping stuff like hours before I eat. That way, when it comes down to like throwing everything together, it's like heating it up basically.
No,
because I'm like, I don't like to clean up everything right afterwards.
I've always been a sheet pan girl, and I will never stop.
Yeah,
sheet pan girl. And then my parents gave me their like Ninja Foodie, and I use it probably weekly. Like, I throw everything into the pot. I put the pressure cooker thing on. I can walk away. I come back and I have a full meal from like the rice being cooked, the potatoes being done, the chicken, the steak, whatever it is. Like, and I love it. I'm never gonna slave over a meal. But like, the thing about it is, Emily will slave over a meal, but that shit's gonna hit.
Yeah.
And that's just not me.
I'll slave over a meal when it's like I'm getting a hankering to cook.
Yeah.
But that's fucking once in a blue moon. Honestly, like, I haven't had that desire in a long time to be like, I want to cook all day.
Yeah, but you still do more of that than I do. Like, you're so good about being like, oh, I made these cute little like rice thingies with blah, blah. I'm like,
I definitely have more steps involved when I cook. Because I like the process of it. It's like therapeutic.
More than 5-step girl, I'm out.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Put everything into a bag, shake it up.
The
with
worst
seasonings,
though is
throw it
like
on
when you
something.
try so hard and it's like trying something new and then you sit down to eat and it looks insane. You're like, God, this is gonna be so good. And take a bite.
And
and
it
like,
smells crazy good.
And you take a bite and you're like, I don't really like it. And you're like, fuck, I just spent $100 on all these groceries and this is all I had to show for it. And it's like, it's kind of ass. Like, it's just not hitting.
See, I think that's why I stick with the things that I know.
Yeah. Like, I've had that happen a couple times where I like chef it up and I'll even take a picture and post it. Be like, oh, it's so good. And then I'm like, ugh. I eat like 4 bites and like, this is trash. But also, I think
at that point, like, you're over it. Like, you don't even care what it tastes like.
No, because like, and yeah, it's going to be worse because of how tired of like all the process you are.
Yeah. Or it's gonna be really good because you're so like malnourished.
Yeah. You're like, I haven't eaten in 7 days. I've been cooking so long. Okay, so this past week because I've been sick, I've literally just been on my phone. Like, crazy screen time, alarming amount of screen time. Because of that, I'm in the know. Like, everything that happened this week, I caught it. And I'm like on top of it. So, first thing I have to report to everybody on. Have you seen this? Machine Gun Kelly is officially removed the gun part of his name and he just goes by Machine now. Not Kelly either, just Machine. It's the craziest video of him and it's like paparazzi and like, machine gun over here. And he goes, hey, could you guys just call me Machine from now on? And they're like, Machine, look over here, Machine. I just thought that was wild, but he's rebranding to take the gun away because of like all of the gun violence and stuff like that's been happening. But just Machine.
Why doesn't he just go by like
Kelly?
No, why doesn't he just go by his actual name?
What is his name?
It's like Carson or something. Like
Colson.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you can't just be Colson after your Machine Gun Kelly.
If you're gonna go to Machine.
But that's so him, like he's like the nail polish,
Colson Baker. But also I like that name. I don't even think he should have ever gone by MGK. Like I think
because he like went to rap first.
Yeah.
So he like felt like he had to be like this like hard.
Well, at that time too, like you had to have like a rapper name.
Yeah. Well, because like that was like the time of like Riff Raff. Remember him?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like everyone,
like all the white rappers had crazy names.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like it was at the time where like everybody had like rapper names. Now a lot of people go by their own name or like just like a version of their actual name, but like, and you still have it, but it's not like it was. Like at that time, every single
people
person,
are like not doing artist names really anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like Coulson. I think that's a really cute name.
I think Coulson sounds like the name of a kid who was like born in like 2016 to like a teen mom who like enjoys, like her husband enjoys hunting. Oh, me and baby Coulson going out to the creek and we're gonna go fishing.
I mean, I feel like yes, but I also like, I think it's a cool name and I like the way he spells it.
I don't know how he spells it.
Oh, I just looked it up.
Oh.
Coulson.
Oh yeah, that's how I would think it would be spelled.
But like, I think it looks cool. But
I thought you were gonna be like say like it was spelled like super crazy.
No, but I just
but like phonetically it makes perfect sense.
No, it does. But like I also like actually seeing it like written, it looks cool.
Yeah.
Like I like it.
Coulson. It sounds like a fake name though. Like, you know the name Garrett? Like that name to me sounds like not real.
Garrett, all I think about is Siesta Key and the guy. Have you ever watched that show?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, first of all, love Siesta Key. It was filmed almost like The Hills.
Okay.
So like, and it's like, so fake drama. Like literally even like their transitions.
Is it
like
MTV as well?
Yeah, it was MTV.
Okay.
And it was about
Sounds
like a group
familiar.
of friends in Siesta Key. It's honestly not that old. Like they don't make it anymore, but like, I don't know, 5-6 years ago.
Oh, so it was like
out.
Jersey Shore times. Like it was on the same time.
Well, no, it was after Jersey Shore.
Okay.
Which also, by the way, I have been rewatching all of Jersey Shore recently. Like that's been my like show to have on. I've been fucking with it. I forgot how funny it was and also how insane like the things that they like said about like women and like the way that they acted. Like you
when
just
Snooki gets punched in the face by a dude.
Well, yeah, but that was like second episode. But I'm saying like throughout the entire show, like calling women that they like thought were ugly or fat grenades.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like insane. Like you could just never do that. I don't know. I love it. But anyway, Siesta Key it's like a group of friends, basically like The Hills and fake drama and all that stuff. But the one guy, he's like really hot. His name is Garrett.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think of.
Yeah. It just sounds like a gas station employee's name. Garrett. He like sells vapes to minors. Okay, so that was in the news. Next, this is probably the biggest thing in the news. And by the news I mean my TikTok For You page. So that's the news to me. Have you watched Matt Rife's comedy special on Netflix?
No, I didn't.
Dude.
I saw his promotion for it because he went on BFFs and he was talking about how it was like more for men. And then last night I got on TikTok and I saw how everyone's like hating on him for it. Like even the guys were like, it wasn't funny.
It's so bad.
I didn't watch it.
I got like probably 12 minutes in and then I turned it off because I didn't even chuckle one time. Also, the laugh on it, 100% a backtrack. Like, it's not real laughter. There's no way it is because every laugh sounds the exact same.
My thing about being at a comedy show, though, like, even if the shit isn't funny, you're going to laugh simply because it's, like, the environment that, like, you're mentally being like, I'm supposed to be here laughing.
Right.
Like, and I feel like I laugh at a lot more shit than, like, I ever would sitting at my house listening to something.
Right.
But, like, in the room, because also I feel like it's like uncomfortable if you don't, right?
Right.
And then you just like start getting like really into like the show regardless of like whatever, and you just start laughing.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're like when he did it, he actually did get some laughs because
but they
of
like
the environment,
the like post.
Oh, I'm not saying that he didn't put a laugh track on it. I'm just saying like he also probably got validation from it because he thought it was actually funny because of the crowd, but that environment already makes you like laugh. Like I don't know, what comedy show do you really go to that you haven't left being like that was hilarious? But then you
Kevin Hart.
But then you, honestly,
that was the only one, and I think it's just the venue was way too big.
No,
honestly,
I agree.
If it was in a small theater, I think I would have laughed a lot. We were just way too far away.
I was laughing. I thought it was funny, but was it like fully my like? Again, in the moment, I'm laughing. It's ha ha ha. I walk out of the venue and I'm like, it was good. It was fine.
You walk out and you're like,
it was fun. It wasn't my humor.
One of those jokes was something I would normally laugh at.
It was dick humor, old man dick humor.
It was just like
humor.
Yeah, it was just like old man
which
humor.
was fine. But I'm saying like in the moment,
you're
like, oh, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
And then you like leave and you're like,
yeah.
So that's the only reason. That's my only thing is like I feel like he got the validation and the confidence to post it and like make it known because of that environment.
Dude,
anyway, keep going.
And the craziest. So the whole thing sucks. Well, the whole thing. I mean, the 12 minutes I watched, it was bad. Like. And I'm pretty gracious when it comes to comedy because I totally understand, like, it's subjective. Like, you're gonna like the comedians you like, you're not gonna like the comedians you don't like. That's just how it is. This shit was just unfunny regardless, like if you are his target demo or not. It wasn't good. The first 3 minutes is him making a joke about this hostess at a like restaurant he went to having a black eye, and he was like made the joke about being like, oh, why would you put her in the front, like shouldn't she be back in the kitchen, like because like she should have been punished for like whatever. And he was just like joking about domestic violence. It was just like not funny. Like none of it was funny. It was all bad. And like, then did you see? So he gets heat from everybody. Like nobody likes it. Everybody's on TikTok talking about how shit it is.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see that he posted on his Instagram story an apology
for special, and then
linked it. The link, it was like, here, watch my full apology here. And it was linked to a website that sells helmets for children with special needs.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, like you could have just not even acknowledged it. You could have never said like, hey, I'm sorry that you didn't like it. Like it would have been better to just say nothing than to do that, because then it's like double downing that you're like just kind of a dickhead. Well, like, and that's not even funny.
No, I still feel like, okay, going back to last week's episode, he still needs to acknowledge the fact that like a lot of his jokes weren't it, and that he was like talking about a lot of things that were like just like also especially in this generation, like, okay, going back to like times of Jersey Shore, possibly could have gotten away with it. People would have thought it was funny then.
But I think there's a way to like
you just could be like, I don't know, that's just not a way to apologize. It's just
it was so bad. And then like the thing about like dark humor, because I think dark humor can be really funny. Like we saw Noel Miller, he's like the epitome of like dark humor.
I mean, he was making 9/11 jokes.
And like there's a way to do it that's like funny, but also I realized the difference between him and Matt Rife, and like Pete Davidson does a good job of like self-deprecating humor, is there's an element of self-deprecation. And there's an element of like, I've lived this so I can make the joke because like I went through it. Like Pete Davidson does it all the time with 9/11 because his dad literally died in 9/11. So like he can make the joke. Noel does it about like domestic violence situations because he himself was a victim of his mom being like beating him up as a child and like berating him and being physically and emotionally abusive. So he can like joke about it. Matt Rife joking about beating up a woman is like not funny because it's like,
but then it's giving, have you done it? Do you?
Well, that's the thing. It's like one of those things where it's like, it's not funny because like you're not the person like who's gone through it. Like if anything, you would be the person who was the perpetrator. So it's like, it's just giving gross. Like all of his jokes were like that. Even the ones like that he was making about his appearance, because his whole thing is like, oh, like I was ugly and now I had my second puberty, which surprise is plastic surgery. Like the bitch has had more fucking filler than anybody ever.
That's like the whole thing was like on BFFs when he was on there promoting his special. Dave was like, well, you can't sit here and tell me that you're not an attractive dude. Like you literally are attractive. And he was like, well, I don't think that about myself, but you can say that.
But he
you
does.
Can say that.
He literally does, because
and that's what Dave was like. You literally have a picture of your shirt off, dropping a microphone as your special cover.
Yeah.
You can't sit here and tell me that you don't think that you're attractive and then go do something like that. He was like, well, if everyone's going to say that like I'm attractive and this and that, like I might as well play into it and like whatever, which like also understandable. Everyone does it all the time. Like you're going to play into stuff even if you don't necessarily fully believe it.
Right.
But to sit here and be like, yeah, I think that I'm ugly and I have
so
a lot of self problems.
Oh my God, it's so pick me. And like,
it's a man who's never dealt with his shit.
No.
And has always covered it up through various like sources of whatever, because like I don't even know how to like put words to it, but it's just like you don't sit there and say that you're ugly. Like that's like us being on here every single day being like, meh, we're ugly, we're fat, we're this, we're that, we don't have this, we blah blah blah, we want extra blah blah blah. Like we don't do that because that's stupid. Like,
but
do
then,
we think those
but
things?
Then what's
maybe,
so
but
funny
like,
is like a month earlier he put out this interview with like GQ or something where he was like doing like this workout or whatever, and he was like, it's just really hard to be taken serious. And he said this serious, not as a joke. He was like, it's hard to be taken seriously as a comedian when you're attractive, because people think like he's like, people are going to come watch me regardless because of my looks. So like, if I'm not up to their standard of comedy, like they're going to be extra upset. And I'm like, so you clearly think you're hot. Like you literally went through and you said all of that. He
plays like both sides.
Yeah.
Is what I'm hearing.
And what's so funny too is like, if you go back and look at photos of him from like his Wild and Out days, like that's where he got his start.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Yeah.
And I watched this video of this girl on TikTok today, and she does like I think she's a plastic surgeon or whatever, or is a doctor or something, so she like understands all of that world. And she will go through of people who adamantly deny that they've had it done, and she'll go through and point out every little thing that she's like, nope, this was done, this was done, this was done. And she went through photos of him, and she goes, and you see this era where he would wear a fucking like bandana around his hair like for like 2 years. And she was like, yeah, that's because he had a fucking hair transplant and it was trying to cover up the regrowth there. He was like, you see that with celebrities all the time. I guess Matthew McConaughey did it. Brad Pitt did it. Like everybody went through this phase where they would like wear like bandanas or like sweatbands or headbands to hide it. And Matt Rife did the same thing. And then she was like, and this was his phase where he could only afford 6 veneers. And it was like the 6 front teeth. And then behind it, you could see they were all fucked up. And she goes, and this one, you can tell he got the money, so he could afford his whole mouth. And then she was like, also, he lost a shit ton of weight and gained a bunch of muscle in his body, but yet the fat in his cheeks increased and like his jawline was still there. And now, so she was like, so that's literal proof of filler and like if he had like a buccal fat like transplant, because she's like, your face would naturally lose that fat as well. Like it doesn't just get more. She's like, it doesn't work like that. And so I just thought it's so funny because it's like, I love watching men fail. I love it. I love it. I love it. I eat that shit up because at the end of the day, this guy sucks. And we've known it. We've seen it for years now of how shitty he is. He digs himself into these fucking graves. And I just think it's so funny and such of like testament of like white men, straight white men get away with literally anything. And like somehow this guy got his own fucking Netflix special, which like, huh? Where did that come from?
He has a couple though,
but like off the backs of women, because that was his audience. Like you cannot deny that this guy didn't get famous because people thought he was hot, which I think he looks crazy. I think he looks scary. I don't think he's attractive. His face looks insane. But to like have your predominant audience be women and then like that's the shit you put out, I'm like, okay, like you don't deserve this platform. Like there's so many better comics out there that could have had this special. Like I'm even looking at like Noel, like he released his special on YouTube and like I think it's kind of a lot for Netflix. Now I don't. After watching that, I'm like, no, he could put this shit on there and it would be tame compared to the shit he was joking about. Yeah, because at least the stuff Noel jokes about isn't like actively hurting communities of people.
I mean, he definitely makes a couple of jokes, but like, yeah, at the same time, like even like to Noel's point, like when he always talks about, he's like, but it's also like comedy. Like you are there specifically for those things. And unfortunately, like uncomfortable things can be funny. Yeah. And unfortunately, the truth is funny. Right. And that's what makes things funny. So like to then acknowledge it and have it put out there of either of those categories is like taboo or whatever. But like at the same time, it's can be funny, done in the correct way. But at the same time, if you're sitting down to watch comedy, I'm not defending him, but like Noel, even like, because he talks about himself this way, he's like, but if you're sitting down to watch comedy, like you're coming to my show to watch comedy, like to sit there and then be like offended by the 9/11 joke that I make that like I was a part of, or or like to make the like the stuff about his like domestic violence that he's like been a part of, like he's like, it's just not. Yeah, it's okay to laugh. Yeah, like it's like okay. You don't even. But also, it's like it's because it was like from his perspective. So I feel like that's why people are more like afraid to laugh, because it's like joking about himself. Where it's like the Matt Rife stuff is like none of this is about. Well, no, because he's not connected to it. I didn't actually like watch it, so like to have my input on Matt's stuff is like not necessarily fair. But from like the clips I've seen and the things that like everybody is like talking about, I think like it it's justified. Like I've seen a lot of stuff being like, I'm so happy that he's finally having like a downfall era, because like
same,
like yeah, he might be attractive, and yeah, he might have like qualities like physically of like what a lot of men, or well, not a lot of women want, like it still just isn't like, I don't know.
It's just like, also it's like at the end of the day, you're just like proving everybody like what your haters originally thought about you was real. Like you're not like disproving any of that like criticism. If anything, you're just like proving everybody's point of like, you should never have had this platform.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like you're digging yourself a fucking your own grave right now. I just thought the special needs thing was crazy. Like when that, and then he didn't ever delete it either. He left it up for the full 24 hours.
That response is disgusting.
Yeah, it was like, okay, you actually are like scum. Like that's just fucked up.
And like your publicist definitely did not tell you.
No, and I feel like honestly, like if Netflix, like they can pull your shit so fast, and like if you're like not making the money, they're not gonna not pull it.
But also like the fact that somebody at Netflix approved it is crazy.
The special. Yeah, but also I'm like, I could see that getting improved, but then like the way he's acting now, I could so see them pulling it, because they're like, you're a bad brand for us. Like acting like a fucking idiot and like doing all this other shit. Because it's one thing to be like, okay, this is behind a paywall, like Netflix technically is, and like if the clips get shared, they get shared, but like at least you're paying into it. But then to be like, you as the entity acting like an absolute idiot on your social media and like advertising it on the same thing, it's like not cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But okay, anyways. Other crazy thing I saw. I have videos for you to watch because I don't know if you've seen it. But you know who Enrique Iglesias is? Okay. Have you seen all the videos of him performing? I guess he's on tour right now.
No.
But he's like old.
No.
Oh my God. They are actually the most insane thing. Oh, this was the machine thing. Could you guys just hit me with the machine real quick? Oh my God. Wait, I gotta find the Enrique Iglesias thing because it is like the funniest. Oh my God. It's like I just typed in E-N. It was the first thing. Okay. So basically Enrique Iglesias is on tour right now. And all of these women are going to his concerts because like that was like their like 2000s like heart, like Latin heartthrob. They're like, oh my God, this guy was everything. Like he was so sexy, like whatever. And I guess he's notorious for being a horrible singer, like in real life. But this goes beyond the singing because he's like dry humping the floor and like just like straight up like, oh my God, it's so funny. Wait, hold on. I gotta find a good one. POV went to the best concert ever. Okay, this is like a good one. Like that's bad, and then let me find one of him.
Security guards looking around like, what in the why are we here?
Yeah, this one says POV. Someone forgot to turn that auto tune on. There's one here with he's humping the ground. I have to find it. It's so bad. Oh wait.
Why? Okay, but how did he even become a singer? Like,
I don't know. But this is so many of these like pop artists in like the early 2000s like are actually horrible at singing.
Like he made me feel like I could sing and be fucking famous as hell.
Oh,
and then it also comes into like, you know how many like all these TikTokers are like trying to all become singers?
Yeah.
Same era.
No, literally.
Same era.
Well, and also I'm on this side of TikTok where it's like people duetting like TikTok singers who it's like I'm duetting people who have never sang live and this is all auto-tuned as fuck, but they pretend like they set it up in their kitchen, like act like they're singing, but they're just lip syncing to like edited, like mixed music. And it's so funny because it's like they're calling out all of these like TikTok singers and they're like, this isn't real. Like, this is edited. Like, you've auto-tuned the fuck out of this, but their audience doesn't know any better because they're not, like, their ear isn't trained to, like, understand
Right, like,
that.
I wouldn't know, but, like...
Exactly. So it's so funny. Oh, my God.
This can't be a part of his choreography, babe.
He does it for
not him thrusting to the whole beat. It's to the beat too. And he gets up.
Yeah, let's go. Anyways, if you just want to like,
what drugs are this man on?
if you just want to like die laughing, just go into TikTok and just type Enrique Iglesias concert, and like it is wild. Like the videos are insane. He's crazy. He's got to be like twacked out on something.
That's why I said, what drugs is he on?
Literally, meth. Like he's acting like he's on meth.
I don't even know.
No, and then one person was like, play him or show a video of him singing Hero. And it was like, it wasn't even that bad. But the girl goes, it wasn't that bad, but it's because he wasn't singing. Like the audience was just singing. And then every time his voice would come in, he'd be like, you can be my hero, baby. And then everybody go, ooh. Like, it's giving like when Mariah Carey sang live. And she's like,
oh, yeah.
Well, you don't want to hear about 9/11. Everybody's like, what the fuck?
That's so crazy. I really want to know how or why she even said that. Like I still want answers to that.
I'm trying to think. I don't know why. Was it on 9/11? I thought it was a Christmas show.
No, it was a Christmas show. It was
okay.
literally
Yeah,
last year. I'm still wanting to know why. Everyone's like, Mariah Carey's fake. She glitched. So she's a robot. Like that was the whole thing. But obviously, I don't think that at fucking all. But like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't.
Why did that happen? Why did you say that? I need answers. Was it drugs? Were you?
No, Mariah Carey's actually like so insane though, because have you seen the clip of her? Oh my God, I don't remember what this was on. It was like on some like news interview kind of thing, and they were talking about like utilities. And it was in like the UK, and they were talking about like paying for like their water or whatever. And she's like, you have to pay for your electricity and your water. And they were like, the people in the Kia were like, yeah, like we have to do that. And she's like, oh, we don't have to do that in America. And then he goes, no, you definitely do. Like you definitely have to pay for all that. She's like, I've never paid for that before. But I'm like these people are at such a level of wealth that's so like
out of like,
yeah,
like, she never probably did because she got like famous really young.
I guess,
like,
but
she
like
never had like, I'm saying like bill wise, like,
right?
She never had to like be aware of that.
I guess, but also I'm like just thinking like I feel like that's just like adult knowledge. Like, what do you mean you don't know that utilities exist? Like that's just so wild.
Yeah, but when you grow up, I mean, I feel like you just know that, right?
Yeah.
But also, I feel like when you grow up in a spot like the way that she did,
yeah,
and like raised in a very like affluent way,
yeah,
and then to like,
but was she like? I didn't think she was successful until she was like in her like late teens, like early 20s.
Yeah, but like your parents are like paying for you up until then, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So then when she starts taking over, they're probably still like she's still living in their house, like
yeah,
whatever. And then when she does move out, like she's a team who's paying for all this shit to keep her lights on. Like
yeah,
legit.
That was just like such a crazy thing because the interviewer was like, no, you definitely do in America too. Like that's not like just a UK thing. She's like, I don't think so. She's like so wild. Like rich people fucking suck. Oh my God, no, the Enrique Iglesias thing was just so insane. Other news, Trisha Paytas is pregnant again.
Is she really?
She is. She's due in May, and she's naming her baby Elvis.
I hate that.
But she's been saying this for like since I started watching Trisha in like mid 2000, like 2000, probably like 10 or 12. Like she always was like, I want to name my kid Elvis.
I hate that. Okay, so my sister went and saw like the Priscilla movie, and then like my grandmother was always obsessed with Elvis, and like because of like the movie coming out and everything, there's been so much like about him and like who he was as like a person, like outside. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really
Yeah.
I don't love that
he was
she's
like
doing
also
that.
like a creep too. Like there's like old videos of him, like music videos, and like he had like a 12-year-old in it, and he was talking about like, hey little mama, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, no, literally, is it Priscilla? Yeah, Priscilla
Yeah,
Presley.
she's like 13.
When they met, I think she was 14 years old.
Yeah.
He had to go convince her parents that she was gonna be like taken care of and fine, and like this was like a good idea, and like brainwash everybody, and then like he would go off and like go on tours and like go to like shows and stuff and cheat on her all the time. And like one time she brought it up, and like everyone like disregarded his behavior. Like even like a young age, like his parents like would disregard his like bad behavior because like of who he was and like the talent that he had and like the success that he brought to like their family. So like everybody disregarded him. Like he was like just running rampant throughout life. Yeah. And like never had a consequence for like his actual actions. Yeah. And like the way that he hurt people. And she would try to like bring it up to like his friends and be like, is he cheating on me? Like I feel like he like whatever. And they're like, don't worry about it. Like you know that he is, but don't worry about it. Like if you say something it makes it worse. Like he is who he is. Like like just crazy shit. And I'm like, but the thing is like that it sucks because like that was the idol of the time, right? That like teach like generations of like men. Yeah. And like then they pass it on and they pass it on. Like I don't know. I just after like learning about him, because like you know everyone's like, oh my god, Elvis, and now after learning about him I'm like, ugh. After seeing photos of him, this is fucked up. This is like, okay, this is some dark humor. But like after seeing photos of him like as when he was older and he like couldn't shit and his body was literally like full of shit and swollen, and he was like killing himself because he was like addicted to like fattening foods with high cholesterol and like wouldn't eat a vegetable. Ugh, ultimate turn off. That guy looked crazy. Well, I'm sure, but like he literally died because like he didn't poop. I'm not kidding. Like his last, if you look it up, like the man would not eat vegetables or fruit, and like that's literally how he died. I don't understand people like that. I literally, last night I was eating Brussels sprouts at work, and this guy was like, dude, the other day I did that with asparagus. I was like, this is like nature's fucking candy. No. I love this shit. And this guy was like shoveling it down. He was like, he's like, what are you eating? Can you share with me? And I was like, do you like Brussels sprouts? And he was like, I would never. Oh God. I'm like, you are a grown person. You know what, don't want to eat fruits or vegetables. That's such a boy thing. That's such a boy thing. I've never met a girl who's like, I hate. No, I have. I hate green stuff. I have. Really? I don't understand how you can be a person and just like hate fruits and vegetables. It's simply because you don't want to like them. It's not because you don't like them. There's no fucking flavor. And like fruit, how do you not like fruit? There's only 2 fruits that I can't eat. And it's like oranges and pineapples. I can't do it. Like I have food fears. Yeah, but you also don't like it because of like texture and stuff like that. You don't smell. It's not because of like. It's not like my fear of like the greenness of it all. Like I feel like some people are like, I can't do the green. I just like you just simply don't want to like. Yeah. And instead you'd rather eat fucking hot dogs. Which don't get me wrong, I love a good dog, but like. Yeah. The fact that you can't like, you cannot eat vegetables. I grow up. I cannot. I dated a guy like that. No. Yeah, I could never associate who was like that. Like we would go out to eat, and like even like fried rice, like it had like if it had carrots and peas in it, he wouldn't eat it. I'm like, that's so crazy because how are you even shitting? Like that's wild. You need like a lot of fiber. You better be like downing fiber powder. 100% was not. 100% was not. So I'm like, there's no way you're pooping regularly, and like that is so bad for you. It killed Elvis. Guy couldn't poop. Oh my gosh. But yeah, those were all the big things that happened this week on social media that I just like had to talk about, because like, and also the one thing that it all has in common is just like psychotic men. Yeah, actually. Yeah. So if you've watched Matt Rife's special, let me know what you thought. It was really bad. I had to turn it off, but I actually decided that I wanted to watch it at first, like when I like saw his like promotion and stuff for it, like on podcasts. But now I'm like, I don't even want to waste my time. And, like, no, that's what it felt like. No, it felt like a waste of time. I was like, because I watched it because, I'm not gonna lie, I knew I wasn't gonna like it going into it because I don't like his stuff. Like there was a time where I thought he was kind of funny when he was on Wild 'N Out. I do like but then I was like, I'm over this. This is the thing. I actually saw someone's comment about Matt Rife, and it's so true. people like him, and regardless of looks or whatever, but people like him for his crowd work. People like the way that he like riffs with the crowd, and that's a whole different style of comedy than having a comedy special. Like, and I won't lie, like his stuff that comes up on TikTok that like is crowd work, like, is it all funny? No, but I find that to be more humorous than his actual specials. And he was like, so why would you think that a special of him would be good when he already openly talks about all this shit?
Yeah.
And now it's in a special. Like, are we shocked that he even spoke like this?
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't be, because all you see is his looks and then the things he does for crowd work.
Yeah.
But once you actually take those two things away, this is all his other content.
Yeah.
So it's not.
I think the difference is, though, it's like, that's fine, but it's like, it wasn't funny.
No, but that's what the person was saying. Like, this is all his other content outside of those two things.
Right. I just am
like why
confused.
are we shocked?
I'm just confused, like, how he has the career that he has, because I'm like, crowd work is fine at like the Laugh Factory, but like outside of that, like that's not going to sell out arenas. So it's like, it's so confusing to me, because like his actual,
it's the power of social media.
It so is, because like his actual written shit is just unfunny. Like he's so bad at it.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But like, that's actually the power of social media. And like, that's even like Dave Portnoy talks about this shit all the time about like, he doesn't understand TikTok. He's like, I do not understand the era of TikTok, because people will, I mean, there's a person who literally got famous for just eating food and not talking at all.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't talk. And to this day, he doesn't talk on that TikTok, but has a different one that he, like, now has, like, personality on. And he's like, I don't understand how he got so famous. Like, he doesn't speak.
It's the most niche shit. Like, it's the most random shit that pops off. Like, that's what I've noticed of, like, TikTok. It's like, when people are like, oh, well, I could do this and, like, be famous too, and I'm like, but it's so just random. Like, it really is like the most random reasons that people pop off on there, and like it makes no sense like half the time. But like, yeah, I agree, like it is confusing as fuck. Like, I even don't get it sometimes on my personal videos, like a video that I'm like, this is funny, like this is good, if somebody were to see this, like I think that they would really enjoy it. Does horrible. And then a video that's been sitting in my drafts for like a month that I'm like, I guess I should post it, does so good. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I don't, what do you want from me? Like, like tell me what you want. And then it's like, if you try to recreate it, it like doesn't do good again. So it's like, I don't know. It's so hard. Yeah. That's why it's like when people have like successful like careers on social media over and over and over and over, of like bangers that they're posting, it's so impressive, because I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah. That like consistently your shit is performing good. There's this guy on my FYP right now, and he's so fucking funny. I ended up going to his YouTube channel, but he does those like car simulator video games, and he drives as a character, like he acts like a dad, and he's driving like, and he will like purposely get in like wrecks, but he's like in his gaming chair, but he does like the same movements that's happening on the thing that you're watching. Oh my God, it is so fucking funny. And I was like, this shit is so good. And like overnight, like he's like a big YouTuber already, because he like does comedy shit all the time. But like overnight, he made like a gaming channel exclusively for those videos, like on TikTok. And he got 700,000 followers in like 24 hours.
That's crazy.
Because like his shit just kept hitting. Like every video he posted was hitting. And they were so fucking funny. And of course now I'm like, every time I think I like a video, I guess I just don't, because like I never find it again. I'm like always like, oh, I'll like that, and just never find it ever again.
I feel like in the same way. I'm like, oh, I'll like it, or like bookmark it, or whatever, save it, or whatever.
I think I do, and then I go back, and then I guess I never did.
Well, yeah, I literally, I know that I do sometimes, and then I look and I'm like, what in the literal?
Right? Like I feel like the same way. I'm like, well, no, wait, I definitely liked this video. Oh my gosh, it's this guy. It's so good, and it's like so funny, but I'm like, that is like one of those situations where I'm like, this guy just has it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he can put anything out and it's like golden. Like everything he puts out like has like 5 million views. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's just crazy. But
when you're on that algorithm though, you're on it.
No, literally. And he's like trained it for some shit. That's like Alex Earl.
He got the button push. They said, make him famous.
Literally.
Boom.
they like keep pushing his shit because it's funny as fuck. But anyways, I went to his YouTube channel the other day and like watched one of his like live streams because he streams that for like an hour. And he just plays this character and he's like driving different maps. He's like, I'll listen to your dad. Look, your dad's such a good driver. I'm doing this. And then he just will like swerve off the side of the road. He's like, I love you kids. I'm so sorry. And then like crashes the thing. It's so good. But his name is Jaden Williams. And like, oh my God. Yeah, he just made a gaming channel. That's all it is him playing that game. It's so funny.
Well, I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving because this comes out on Thanksgiving and I literally kind of just only thought about it now because I feel like since we're not like doing anything for it, just like I always forget. I'm not gonna lie.
I know.
But
I think we've ordered like Chinese the past 2 years.
Yeah, this year I'm sure we're gonna just be batching a bunch of content because we have
making up for lost time.
Yeah, literally we have to. So we're being using this holiday wisely, but we love you guys. Have a great holiday. Have a great Thanksgiving. We hope you guys are safe around loved ones.
Yeah.
Hope your Wednesday before Thanksgiving you didn't get too drunk. That
Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah, that the Thanksgiving stuffing doesn't hit.
Yeah.
Or maybe it will. I don't know.
Yeah.
But happy Thanksgiving. We love you guys. My name is Kelly Kay. You guys listen to another episode of Society 7. My name is Kelly Kay. You can find me at Kelly Kay on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
And I'm Emily. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Starnsy. Don't forget to follow the podcast on Instagram as well. We're at society97.pod, where you can DM us your least favorite thing about Thanksgiving. You can also find us on TikTok. We're at Society97pod, where we post clips from the show.
And you can go over to our YouTube channel, which sadly this week we are not posting, but typically every single Tuesday we post fun vlogs or other fun little videos we come up with. And every single Friday we do the video version of the podcast. So if you'd like to see our beautiful faces, head over there and you can subscribe, like, and turn on post notifications. We will talk to y'all next week. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.